So you may have heard about an upcoming visible comet or meteor shower and want to photograph it but don't know where to begin. I'm going to help you out with that as much as I can. First off, you need to know where to look in the sky, and a sky mapping app is the easiest way to do that. I use Stellarium Plus, which costs $9.99. There's also a less robust version available for I think $3.49, and if you don't want to purchase an app, just search free sky map apps and choose one that you like or try a couple of them out. In Stellarium, you can scroll around the sky in all directions. If you press the military time clock at the bottom right corner of the screen, you can see the sky at any time and even what the sky will look like at any future date at any time. So that way you can plan out your future shoots. You can also find out what time the sky will be the darkest. It isn't going to be immediately dark after sunset, and you're going to want dark skies to get really bright comets, meteors, high contrast photos. If you press the two stacked squares in the bottom left corner of the screen, you'll get a search bar in the top where you can search by specific, constellation or star or whatever, or you can browse by the boxes on the bottom and look for, whatever asteroids, planets, meteors that might be going on at that time. And so these are just some examples of currently what was visible when I was searching. And keep in mind that a lot of these you might actually need a telescope to see, because it's not really a photography app, it's, an astronomy app. And if you press the phone towards the top right of your screen, it will tell you to point your device up, and then after a couple of seconds you'll be able to move your phone around and see the sky in whatever direction you're pointing at. You can still use your fingers to scroll around, and then just press the phone symbol again, and it will go back to that live view of the sky. And you can also search from this screen, and an arrow will point you towards your search subject, which is amazing, and this even works if you're out of cell phone service. Now, to choose a shooting location, you normally want to shoot away from any city lights. Comet Neowise was in the eastern sky, so typically anywhere other than directly west of Las Vegas for me. I did break this rule and shot in Calico Basin, and that worked, but only because I had mountains in between myself and the city. I could have gotten better contrast shots somewhere else, but I thought this location was pretty amazing and I really just wanted to shoot there. But once you've chosen a location, it's time to set up. For best results, you're going to want a tripod, a sandbag, and an intervalometer, or remote shutter. For these shots, I used a 10-year-old Canon 60D and an EFS 24mm f2.8 pancake lens, which I think is about $130 brand new. So you don't need super high-end gear to do this. If you have the intervalometer, put the camera in bulb mode on the top dial. Set the f-stop to f2.8 or the lowest available for your lens. Set the ISO to 1000, and you can adjust it based on how your test shots turn out. I set the color balance to 4200 to 4500 Kelvin. If you want it more blue, you can go lower, and I'll link a video I did comparing those, and put it in high-speed continuous for the drive mode. If you don't have the intervalometer, put it in manual. Put the shutter speed at 20 seconds. Set the f-stop to 2.8 still. The ISO still is going to be at 1000. And the drive mode you're going to want to put at the 2-second shutter, and that's going to cut down on any camera shake from your finger hitting the shutter. And the color balance can still be at 4500 or lower Kelvin. I personally put Velcro on my remote and my tripod just to keep track of it in the dark. Makes it way easier. The key to shooting meteors is to shoot a lot of photos, so you're going to set yourself up to shoot continuously. You don't need any delay. Long is going to be the exposure time. I set this to 18 seconds, but wish I had done 20. Interval time is going to be the time between shots, so set this to the lowest number possible. N is the number of shots. If you press down, it'll show 3 dashes, and that means that it'll just shoot continuously until you stop it or until your batteries run out. And the last thing is just the little music note is for sound, which I always turn the sound off because it annoys me. Then press the start stop button and you'll begin shooting. I took over 100 photos that night, and I only got one image that had the comet and a meteor in the same frame. So patience is really important. But once you have that many photos, you could create a time lapse, or you can stack images to create a star trails photo. So there's a lot of different things you can do. And thank you so much for watching my video. I hope this helps you out. Please give me a like or subscribe if it did. And happy shooting, guys. Thank you so much.